Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for choosing our show and for your support. Now, President William Samoei Ruto continues with his development tour in Ukambani, one that is coming against the backdrop of Kalonzo's warm reception in Nyanza when he visited Raila's Opoda farm and mourned Raila in his graveyard in style. William Ruto immediately decided to go to Ukambani in what he terms a development tour. Now, yesterday, there were very many events that stood out there. We had a moment where a lady there was pretending that she doesn't know William Ruto. She has never seen him before. But you could see a choreographed plan there to give a gesture of William Ruto as a man who's interacting with the residents there. There was also another moment when the Makueni MP, Honorable Nduta, confronted William Samoei Ruto to stop insulting the opposition leaders and saying that hawana akili. Now, the other thing that surprised many was the fact that one of Kalonzo's very closest allies, Dan Maanzo, who is also the Makueni senator, attended one of the sessions there. And people were like, what is happening? We thought you do not want William Ruto, so why do you appear in his rallies?
Leo pale kwa affordable housing tumekaa hapo na rais tukaangaliana macho kwa macho, nikauliza ile maswali yote ninashinda nikiuliza mawaziri yake, amenijibu akaniambia zwake dam sawa, akaniambia ukia Omali haitajengwa nusu, itajengwa full, akaniambia third oil spillage mara moja. Utaona waziri Duale hapa ndio tuweze kusuluhisha shida za watu wetu. Kwa hivyo mambo ya stadium nimemuuliza, kila kitu tumesuluhisha. Sasa nasema asante sana na karibu Makueni. Asanteni.
And today he was really confronted. He was under pressure to explain why he visited that rally. You see, this is not the first time that this is happening. There was a time when William Ruto accorded the Kiambu senator with some presidential honor, and Karumu Wadhangwa accepted that honor, and people started criticizing, you've always spoken hard against William Samoei Ruto. You are a Gashaba there, and then why do you accept this? And Karumu Wadhangwa said, you should separate this. I cannot support William Ruto. I cannot vote for him. I will campaign against him, but when he confers an order to me, I will accept. The same thing happened in Nyeri, when the Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga, also accepted William Ruto. Later he explained that he brought goodies, and therefore we went there to take the goodies, but it doesn't mean that we support him. So today, Dan Maanzo got an opportunity, and he explained why he was there, saying that they were not even invited. He just popped in there. He's also saying that yesterday, the crowd that you saw there was actually ferried. And Dan Maanzo is making allegations there that there was a time after the rally, they started shouting one term, and the police had to use tear gas and live bullets to disperse them. Kindly take a look at this.
No single elected leader of Ukambani was invited to this tour. So
no one was invited?
No one, even myself. So we were just hearing rumors, and when the rumors looked like real, we decided to go,
because we saw you there, in fact,
and face him on the ground. We decided to go and face him there. But of course he had mobilized, and most of the people are ferried. They don't come from that area where he was in water. They are ferried. In fact, in Emali, as soon as he left, the people shouting one time blocked the road, and they were dispersed by tear gas and bullets. And therefore,
we didn't see any of that chaos, though.
No, it wasn't covered, because you see, as soon as he leaves with the journalists. and they are also able to control what leaves. So when you hear him saying that we have gone to opposition, I want to tell him that there's nothing wrong with being in opposition. It is not a crime.
No, he said he'll make sure you're in government.
But he cannot force.
He says now you're in opposition, but he will make sure you're in government.
How will he force us to join government? I can assure you the things he has promised there in Ukambani, none of those things he said will be done by May are in the budget. Unless you are going to make a supplementary budget. And you cannot make a supplementary budget and deny every other part of the country development to bring into Ukambani. Yeah. So these are just blatant lies. He has promised a lot of things. Yeah. I hope even a single one will be implemented a quarter way.
Yeah.
Dam has told they are borrowing money to restart it. And even if you borrow this money, you must budget for it. Okay. It must come to the floor of the House.
Maanzo, you say you're
some
not...
roads which have been promised there. There's no budget for them.
So, Senator, you say you're not invited, but we have a picture of you sitting
I went there.
In fact, that's the picture right there. That's you.
When you are not,
you're the one next to the president.
No, this is what.
How did you get yourself there?
This is one of the houses which was being shown. In fact, I had been blocked out by the security, but somebody said bring him in. Then I was told sit here. So I sat there. This is one of the houses which...
You don't seem like you're for us to sit there, man. So you seem very comfortable there.
If you hear the background noise shouting, if you hear the MPs, Kawaya and the rest shouting, let him sit there. I said, fine, courtesy. Courtesy means you sit there. But I kept on telling the president, look, throughout, even when we went to the crowd, he says, even after I've come here and I've made all these good promises, you cannot say 2 term. I said, no, I can't say 2 term.
But is that house real?
This is one of the houses. It's a sample house for the houses being constructed, affordable housing.
Yeah, because you said those projects are not real, but is that one real?
This is just a sample house, is one of them. They have been made. And the question is, they're supposed to be affordable.
Question is that house real?
The house is there.
Okay,
they have been made.
It exists.
They exist. Okay. They have not been completed, but they can be done better because they are not for a common Kenyan. These houses are for bourgeoisies. He says, Amamaboga, that's what he said in Makueni, we'll buy this house for 3,000. But when the briefing we got when seated there is that this house is 4.5 million shillings and you've got to rent and buy at 48,000 shillings a month. How many people have that salary? 48,000 shillings a month. How many people have that salary in Makueni?
Okay.
That salary is not common. It's a very rare salary, even in Kenya.
Are there conversations being had between the president and your party leader to join government?
The only conversation is the one you had, the one by force. Even he used abusive words against my leader several times, and it had to be responded at some point. You know, in one of the grounds, because he used words like wajinga. This is not a contest of beauty. So, and he repeated that the opposition leaders are stupid. I don't think they are. The opposition leaders, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka was a vice president of this country. He's an experienced, long-serving diplomat in the country. The Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, President Ruto is president courtesy of Rigathi Gachagua. All this they are doing. And in fact, the movement, the tour of the president is so expensive for the country. In fact, all the budget of the country has been turned into a presidential campaign this early. If only that they had about 7, 8 helicopters. They ferried thousands of people. If only that money was used to grade all the roads in Ukambani. You know, you are saying we are going to Singapore, yet, you know, when it rains, you have to use those young men to carry across women in the rivers. You know, the rivers, they have no bridges. That road they want to make, which is halfway, I had to challenge him. The part you have started to tarmac is not the most important part of this road. This one has no rivers. Just the one you don't intend to tarmac and you have no budget for. As 2, 3, 4 rivers, when it rains, no one moves for days. And therefore, you tarmac one part of it, and then you leave the most important part of it where people and vehicles are swept by rivers.
So will his trip in Ukambani bear fruit?
It will not bear fruit at all. It's a big lie. it's a waste of Kenyan resources. In fact, if we continue using all the budgets, because this money which they are using to campaign is looted from the budget of almost every ministry, there is no way any ministry is going to do anything in this country.
Okay.
And there's a very good talk, you know, but no action at all. And I want Kenyans really to look at the action. There is serious mismanagement of Kenyans' finances. So this is what we decided to do when even up to the very last minute, there was no invitation. We stormed into this because somebody has come to your house without telling you they are coming to your house.
Is it possible to storm a presidential event without...
Why not? I stormed yesterday.
But you were right there next to him.
After that, they said, come and sit here and say this house is built. It's just one sample house. They have done quite a number of them.
Yeah.
But the practicality is you are going to complete these houses and then no one is going to occupy them. So they will start degrading. And you know, repairing houses is even more expensive than constructing.
Okay, let me...
Now, those are very serious allegations, but we don't have... Dan Maanzo, by the way, is not giving us any evidence because he's saying there that the president lives with the media team. But at least someone should have captured, even using his phone. There isn't one person. It cannot pass all the people. But he says that happened. Now, I want us to look at what Dan Maanzo is saying. Number one, Dan is telling us that crowd was ferried. In the absence of evidence, we have to look at the past records. We can easily take what Dan Maanzo is saying as the absolute truth because in the past we have seen Ruto and his allies using school buses to ferry people to his rally, just to show that he's a man who is loved. So we can easily pick up because he has done it before. We have also seen situations where crowds are being dispersed by live bullets or tear gas. How I wish we had any evidence. But ladies and gentlemen, is it good for a senator, an opposition senator, to attend Ruto's rally? You know, there is a thin line between politics and development. And I know that development is well structured in the constitution, that you should not wait for a president to come and then you tell him tunahitaji. We should have a situation where the moment the president takes oath of office, he realizes that he is the father of the nation, and so development must be given to people equitably, regardless of those who voted for him or voted against him. Why? Because every Kenyan is a taxpayer. There is also a very close working relationship between the national government and the county government. And so when the president is coming to your area, and I could be wrong on this, I think it is not wrong, it is not bad to go and maybe just welcome them. This is the kind of politics that we want. Just welcome the president, but at the back of his mind, he should know that you're not supporting him. He should know that you're still one term. We could choose to decide that even if the president is coming to your area, you are not going to join. It is your choice, though. But I also understand that it will be very difficult for an opposition, some of the leaders from the opposition, go there and they listen to William Ruto insulting Gachagua and Kalonzo and that group, hawana akili, hawana agenda. You see, this thing of hawana akili simply means that they are stupid. Surely, you cannot degenerate to that level where you want to say that you're the only person who has ambaye akona akili, all the others are fools and imbeciles. And that could be the reason why some chose to stay aside. Because he's the president, he's got the liberty of speaking at last. So even if you speak hapa katikati, when he takes the microphone, he speaks last. So hauna time tena ya kurebuttal, hautaongea tena. And so they decide, let us keep away. But what happened in Makueni to me is they attended, the Senate attended, the MP also attended. And when you look at them, the MP confronted Ruto, Susan Duta, and said, you cannot continue insulting us. We are created in the image of God and we have our potential. So for Dan Maanzo to join. Of course, he's saying that they were never invited. Yearly get crushed just to understand what is happening. He was there saying, I've confronted William Ruto and all that. To me, it's not bad to attend. It is your choice, and it doesn't mean that you are now supporting William Ruto. Will William Ruto's charm offensive in Ukambani change any political tilt? It will not. Kalonzo has locked Ukambani. People like Mwingi Mutuse can try, but it is too little too late. The people of Kamba understand that it is Kalonzo's time. I said it is now or never. If this moment passes Kalonzo, while we don't know what the future holds, but it will be very difficult for him. I have always maintained in this channel that after 2032, let me just say after 2027, in 2032, the millennials are coming with full force. People like Ndindi Nyoro, Babu Wino, Murkomen, Edwin Sifuna, Sakaja, regardless of their records, I'm just saying that their moment will come and they will not listen to anyone. You will not, for example, tell Sifuna and people like Babu to support any other person. That can only happen if Kalonzo wins the election in 2027 and now he tells the millennials, please just give me my second term. If he works well, then he can now tell them, please let us work together, nimalize term yangu. But if he doesn't get it, it will be too late for him, because those millennials will now start, once Ruto does his 2 term, those millennials will not listen to any person, because Raila is no more who could at least talk to them, it will be too difficult for them. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Maanzo explains why he was there. They were not invited. And I think William Ruto should also be courteous enough. When you are going to someone's place, I mean, he is taking development there. Let him invite the other leaders to come, and there should be an agreement. You cannot go to that rally and start saying, Ruto, you are 1 term, and now Koapo. Yeah, we should know what to say where. And Ruto should also stop insulting other leaders when they have been invited to be there. If you invite people like Mutula Kilonzo, who is the governor, Dan Maanzo, who is the senator, and maybe like Susan Ruta, and they are there and you know that they're representing Kalonzo, you cannot stoop low to start insulting Kalonzo there. Dan Maanzo, I think if it is true that people, if it is true that that was a ferried crowd and they turned against William Ruto and they were now saying 1 term, we need to get some clips, even though we can't rule out that possibility, because I know Kamba is 1 term. Ruto will do his tour, but by the time he comes out of that place, I know Kalonzo will walk around to neutralize everything, because I've realized that the Kamba people are very loyal to Kalonzo Musyoka. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.